What is going on? For real, what is going on? Um, a lot of what's on the feed is because of the app going dark, and it is so weird. I've seen people crying. I've seen people make the content about the what's up, Mag, the app's funerals. There I am, and lucky you to see me. How are you feeling about this, Mag, and everyone? Because apparently it's going dark in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours. But that's not what I came on here to talk about because, well, I will talk about that. I am operating like I normally would, and this is the same thing with me thinking in a positive way. To begin to, thank you, to begin to grieve something before it's gone, maybe prolonging that time. However, I made a piece of content about how this has served its purpose. What's up, Super T Podcast? And we're both subscribed to each other on YouTube, so we'll always be in contact. Let me tell you, I'm not running around downloading a bunch of apps. I was here, I was YouTube, Hope is Speaking YouTube, as well as my Patreon. Outside of that, that's what you got. Okay, there's other things, but that's what you got. So I am not going to say that I am in a space where I'm looking for the next thing. I mean, before this, I wasn't on anything, and I was intentional about that. And I was intentional because, especially while being a flight attendant, that was like a movie. So I didn't need to come on here, thank you, or go on social media as a whole to look up these beautiful destinations or how to dress or makeup. I would just buy the lipstick I wanted. I don't even like when someone says don't watch that movie, it got horrible reviews. I'm not listening to someone tell me what they thought about the movie. Thank you, as it should be. I had shared because I just got all new stuff, all new shampoo, all new everything. And Joico Moisture Surge shampoo and conditioner. I'm very excited about it. I'm not looking to others to tell me what to do or to tell me what's cool. I never have. And that's a bit of why media as a whole can be successful, because if you believe you need someone to tell you this is the best lipstick, I don't care if I have a lipstick that I like. I'm not looking to anyone to say go buy this because everyone else has bought this. I trust that I know what I like, and because of that trust in yourself is what keeps everything going. And I had been talking about, yes, how I was robbed and what was learned when I was robbed while I was in Tahiti. Now, the thing is, when I say that, I wasn't hurt. I'm safe. My phones can be replaced. All of that is minimal. But I purposely say, this is what I learned when I was robbed. What I learned is don't lose your head. Because I had shared, I was in Tahiti and I went swimming in the beautiful black sand beach, which Dead Poets Jams. Yes, I had to come on with my niece, and I was just filled with gratitude, swimming in the ocean in the South Pacific, which I love. And I was just so happy, especially after growing through 2024, which I believe we all did. And we came out of the ocean and began to take a walk, and that walk turned into us coming back to our phones no longer being in the places that they were supposed to be in. And it's, our phones, here's the other thing, and this refers to this app too. I had no passwords. So I don't know if anyone in this chat actually knows me in real life and you can't get in contact with me. I have no passwords. I have a phone that had to be unlocked, which takes 24 to 72 hours, but it's been wonderful. So let me get back on that. All right, so I got robbed. They robbed me. They got me for 2 of my phones and my niece's phone. And we saw the bright side, because on the bright side, we said, well, I'll have to go report this to the police station, and all of the police officers are the most handsome men ever. And I'm talking about my time in Tahiti, not here. The U.S. isn't known for their you're scared of deportation. Why are you I've been deported. Why do you need to be scared about something that has not happened? Paradise. Tell me. What benefit is it for you to be holding this fear in your body of something that hasn't happened? Truthfully. As someone who's been refused entry from a country and banned for a year, it's not that bad, but it hasn't happened. So here's the thing, and I'll just say this because I guess the app is gonna go dark. There's so much fear within this country, and I'm referring to the US. There's so much fear. People are so afraid, and they're really angry. It's kind of appalling, but it's kind of appalling, but that doesn't bring anything to you to hold fear about something that hasn't happened. Yes, I love that wall divide, but I know, listen, life happens, and to Dead Poets Jams, the fact is, you laughed just how I laughed while we got robbed. I'll keep saying that. Our phones were stolen, because I'm laughing of all the things, and we just looked up at each other like we knew. And I never believe when this stuff happens to me, because I have a good heart. But our phones were taken, so we had, thank you. Always, and it's blue, which is the color of communication. So, I don't know how to see the comments that were filtered, but someone told me that you can. So, phones were taken. Now, once the phones were taken again, I was in Tahiti. So to drive back to my flat, my Airbnb in the city center, we no longer had our Google Maps. And this is why I'm saying don't lose your head. We had to laugh, because now we have to use our heads to get back. Now we're laughing because it's pouring rain. Oh, yes. And they have that French element, which is somewhat, not all the time, somewhat. Oh, it's just black tea. It's PG Tips or Tentley's. I think it's Tentley's. Yeah. My British black tea that I have most of the time before I go in to speak. We had to drive back without Google Maps. It's pouring rain. The slowest drivers were getting in front of me, and my niece is laughing so hard because she was like, this is like a movie. We get back to the flat, we shower because we gotta go, file a police report, but we're going to get as beautiful as we can. And then we try to find the police station from our memories, but we'd only been on the island of Tahiti for, I don't even know how many days we had been there. I actually don't know. It's been a blur. From like the new year until now, it's been a blur, because most of it, I have not had a phone. When did my phones get stolen? I think my phones were stolen on the 8th. Yeah. And I think we left on the, I don't remember. That is the best thing. That is a great thing in life. When you don't know the day or the time, it shows that you have a great life, meaning there's not places you have to be at a certain time. You don't have to clock in at a job at a certain time. So I haven't had a phone and I haven't had passwords, and I was just like, well, then this is what it is. Maybe the universe said, Hope, this is a hard reset. Because living in the moment, it's not even I always live in the moment. That's why I'm so happy. When the commenter before said, I'm afraid for my parents to get deported, that is when you're not living in the moment. When you're thinking, I don't like my job, I wish I could quit, that is not living in the moment. When you look at someone and say in your head, I wish I had a body that looked like them, that is not living in the moment. When I say I live in the moment, I am present, but I get passionate about this because y'all mofos aren't. And it's apparent. When people say I'm happy, you're not. You have taken the paths that other people have told you to take. Someone said, hey, get this job. It's a great job. You never liked the job. You didn't want to do the job. But someone said, this is what you should do, and you took it. And it's disheartening because if you don't like something, but you chose it, you could say, well, I chose this. I can do something else. But if you do something because a parent or a friend or a sibling or culturally someone says you should go in this direction, and then you don't like that direction, but you feel like you cannot let down the people, person, or thing that led you in the direction, that is when you're in a box. And it is easy to say, I trust what I feel, but truthfully, most people don't trust themselves. So if you don't trust yourself, you're not going to trust what you feel. If you don't trust yourself, that means you don't believe in yourself. That means you second guess yourself. That means you don't think what you have to say is worthy. It means that you have to look outside of yourself for validation. Then you can't break out of a box. If you're even putting yourself in that space where you say, I can break out of it unless I can break out of anything. Yeah, I was trying to get that dog off, but whatever. It's a part of the background noise. But I'm saying that as someone who does, and I know, because I don't care. Like, I truly don't care. And I jokingly say, if I don't listen to my parents, why would I listen to you? And I don't say that like I tell my parents, shut up, I'm not going to do this. What's up, Lady T? It's just that, like, no, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. Why would I listen to you? Why would I listen to you? And it's refreshing when you can go through your life content because you are making decisions for yourself. And when I say don't lose your head, and the phones were taken and we had to drive back to our flat, just knowing landmarks, and we went and showered up and put on beautiful clothes and went to the police station, and this was at night, and filled out the police report, and then we went to a beautiful dinner. We just carried on the day like it was normal. There was a void. Let me tell you, it was like a heaviness because, as I said, I hadn't written down my passwords. I don't remember my Apple iCloud password. Like, whatever is lost, it's just done. And the next day, which was our final day, we were leaving. We had to go back to the police station in the morning because an interpreter was coming to clarify everything. because everything was done in French, and they wanted to ensure I was speaking everything, but they wanted to ensure that it was clear. The interpreter came and he said, "Hey, you should be an interpreter here." And he told me about some of the cases that he works or how he helps as an interpreter in Tahiti. And then we had checked out of our Airbnb. We had our car. It might have been noon. And our flight, I think, took off at 10 that night. And we had to return the car at 8. Yeah, that's correct, Whispering Warlock. I'm telling you about my trip. My phone's got taken. So, and that's not living in the now. That's what I'm talking about. You see how Dead Poets Jams is just saying, I'm just listening. And someone comes on and says, there's only a few more hours. I'm in this moment. I didn't rush to get up to make sure I had all of this time on TikTok. I'm in this moment. I'm fully present. This is what I'm in. I am not looking towards the time that this goes black. Then life will go on. So, what? Yeah. Well, this has been over the past couple of days. I've been sharing this story of how I got robbed and what I learned. So what I learned is, number one, I will now always travel with a burner phone, which I do, but that got taken. So I will not leave my electronics unattended. Because that's never happened. I always leave them unattended. But I would recommend when you travel, number one, make sure all of your data is backed up. Because mine probably wasn't. I think it was on my computer. I don't know. Because even right before then, my computer, I had to take it into the Genius Bar. So it was really, I think, a complete reset. Because all of my Apple products kind of said, we're going on vacation now. And they all kind of did. However, that is okay. I made peace with that very quickly and just accepted, okay, now what I create is from this moment forward. If someone doesn't have my contact, you can email me and I'll get back to you. But outside of that, they just want to be heard. And I thought that I could kind of eliminate this, but I can't. So anyway, back up all your data before you travel. Have like a travel phone and use that or keep that with you. Is it lagging a lot? Is it lagging for anyone else? Mag, is it lagging for you? Let me know. And the other thing, and I say this and I'm not joking, most of you, okay, will not be, thank you, Mag, most of you don't travel anyway. So this information is helpful just on a day-to-day basis. Outside of traveling, because now I'll be traveling like I was before. It seemed like it was a complete reset. MacBook kind of done. Phones are definitely done. And I just thought maybe this is like, maybe there's something really good that I will find out once I recover my passwords. Maybe the universe is holding something back. So on the last day, nothing really funny happened, except thank you, Velma V, for subscribing to my YouTube. Yes, I'm not running to any of the other apps, so subscribe to my YouTubes. I'll do my daily lives on my YouTube, Hope is Speaking YouTube. I just remember the day that we left, because again, I'm in Tahiti. And all of the flights leave out at night. So when they come back into North America or even other parts of the Pacific, they come in early in the morning. And then the plane is positioned and can take off that day back or to any other place. And I know this because of my time as a flight attendant. And there was that feeling of loss, and I'll admit this, there was a bit of feeling like I regret leaving my phones out. And I remember saying that out loud, like I regret that decision. But that decision led me to using my brain more. So maybe it was, for me to even say that, there was resistance, and I don't know why. Because yes, I made that choice, but someone else made a choice. So it's not all on me. And I remember feeling this heaviness because I don't have my phone, and my niece no longer has a phone, and I have no longer any connectivity, and I can't record or create content. Like, it was this immense loss, and it was an immense loss of pictures and messages. But the thing is, it's already gone. And it's the same thing with this app. It filled a space, and I'm okay with what happens afterwards. And this is now a week out, but that day I kind of felt that heaviness. And so I remember before we went to drop off the rental car at the airport in Tahiti, I told my niece, I said, let's go sit by the water. I just want to sit by the ocean in the quietness and just breathe and meditate and like try to release a little of whatever I'm feeling about this day. Because now I have to go to the airport without a phone, which is fine. It's just getting a paper airplane ticket and physically checking in, all of these things that you have to do because you don't have your phone. So I am in Tahiti at the main airport on Papeete, and there's the ocean quite close. So I went pulled into the side beach ocean and parked the car near the water in between two other cars as the sun is going down. And there's large houseboats and fishing boats. So people were coming in from being out at sea fishing, and people were coming in from being out at sea with their friends. Like, it looks like a log cabin on a boat. And I was just looking at the water and thinking like how much I love it and how silly I feel. And how I was not allowing myself to make a human error. And I was blaming myself, like, look what I did. And I was just like in my head. And I share that because we do that often when things happen. It's happened. And there is something to learn from it. But to punish yourself or to be hard on yourself or to talk down on yourself really doesn't bring any benefit to you at all. It brings no benefit. And we're in this little hatchback car. My niece is there, and we were going to change prior to getting on the flight because I was like in workout clothes, but I don't wear those in the airport. I wear like a nice outfit. So as we are there by the ocean, both windows are down. The driver's seat window, which I am in, and my niece's passenger seat window, and there are two cars on both sides. So on the left-hand side, which is my side, a family comes from a boat from being out on the ocean, and it's a young boy. He may be 7, and his mom, and she's drying him off. And let's say they have a Honda Pilot, a big Honda SUV. So the back of the car is facing the water. and she's toweling off her son. And so I can't actually see. I can just see that their hatchback is up. And he's saying, you know, I want to change and get in the car. And so the mother's with her son, and the father comes to what would be his side. But something was wrong. Something was wrong, because he was in his swim trunks, and I kid you not, I have to show you how this all works. So this is his car, and he walks up like he's just coughing. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? Because he's right next to my window. So he's leaning on the car like and he just starts throwing up. So my niece is laughing because I'm like, what the heck? How I'm feeling like all sad, like my phone's gone, my passwords are lost. This man comes up right by my window. He just starts coughing up like his entire life. And the next thing I know, he's like vomiting, like so I just click on the car, like click, click. And I hit a reverse, and my niece is laughing so hard. She was like, what was that? And then all of a sudden you just hit a reverse. I don't know what he was coughing up, but I don't want any part of it. And I share that because it was so funny. It snapped me out of this whole like woe is me, because this guy, it's like he coughed his body inside out. It was hilarious, but it just came out of nowhere. And so I hit a reverse and we went to another side. It was exactly what I needed. And we went to another side of the beach. Now, they closed thank you, Nora. They closed and locked the gates. And when I say they, I'm referring to like the conservation, the beach conservation. So you can't just stay at this beach all night. They start closing the gate. So I remember just looking at the ocean. I see this guy go to a gate and people start leaving. I'm like, yo, we gotta go. Like they're about to. I am not adding got locked into the beach to this story. So we gotta go. What's up, Huey? I think I have your email, Huey, because if you contact me, that phone number is done. So we leave, we go to the airport. It's quite late at night, and it is about an 8-hour flight from Tahiti back to California. And gladly, we were in middle seats. So I tell my niece, like, oh, we're in middle seats. But I'm thinking it's going to change for me. I always get the best seat. And what happened? I get on the flight, and the guy at my row was like, listen, do you want window or aisle? Because my wife sleeps the entire flight. I don't get up, so I don't want to disrupt you. But I'm happy for you to take a window or aisle. What would you like? And I was like, thank you. Aisle, please. My niece didn't have that luck, but I just believed it would happen. So it happened. Now, here's the other thing. How I shared that our phones were stolen in Tahiti, so we do not have GPS. But that's okay, because you have a brain, and my niece still had her computer, so we would be in the airport and like download a map, and then to drive to hers, because she had never driven from San Francisco to her home without GPS. So I had to be the good auntie, the good Samaritan. Like, do you feel comfortable to drive on your own? Okay. If you don't, I will come with you. because I was just going to fly somewhere else, straight from SFO. But I told her, I will accompany you in the car. And she, before we left, she'd said, I'm worried about making the drive. I said, you don't need to, though. See, I keep repeating this because the worry about something that will happen in the future actually doesn't bring anything beneficial, because it will. No, you didn't miss the stolen phone story. You've been here for the past few days. I thought, yeah, you were here. The beach, you remember. If you haven't, a combination of 3 iPhones were stolen, were taken without my permission while I was on a beach in Tahiti. So I told her that will be accomplished. But for you to even say, oh, you missed the other day then. I'm not nervous ever. This is what y'all just bring up, these feelings in your body for fun. That's why you have anxiety. You don't, and maybe it's because I share these stories because I get myself into these situations, but I just know it'll all work out. There was never a time I'm nervous, because nervousness means I don't trust that I have a solution. I always know in anything. This is my whole message. I'm never nervous or embarrassed because I know my power. I know my power. My power is my belief in myself. That's it. That's why I would leave a dream occupation that most people would say, oh, being a flight attendant, I've always dreamed of that. Yeah, it was great until I didn't want to do it. But I'm not going to stay somewhere just because I don't believe I can't do anything afterwards. I can do everything. I can do all things. Just because I believe I can. That is it. You can too. I mean, you may not believe it, but I share this because, I didn't even walk with my high school class. It didn't mean anything to me. I know how smart I am. I also know how dumb people are. Did you hear what I said? I know how smart I am, but I know how dumb people are. And what I mean is, most people believe that when they look at someone, the other person has something or knows something or is better than them in some way. I know that that is not true, because we all have our same level of belief in ourselves or not. Sure, Marlo, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, but you can also do all things because it's you. Here's the other thing, and this is, I'll be completely transparent for this. That can be non-beneficial if you're a Christian, that you believe that with something else, you can do everything. I believe with myself, I can accomplish everything. There is a difference. And if you're referring to the Bible and you're made in his image, then you are that. You are that thing that makes a difference. There is no disconnect. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I can only do it when God tells me or when Christ gives me the power. I am the power. If I am made in his image, then that means I am the power. But let's take that out of it. I am the operant power. Your words, your belief, the things that you continue to do is the power. The moment you believe that you can't do it, that's powerful. The moment you believe you can do it, that's powerful. I just believe I can do everything. And I just know everything is teaching me something. I just know it. So there's no disconnect from me creating. I don't have to wait on anything. I know it's happening. You've seen me come on this app for 2 years now and speak. Are there times where I might have wavered in my faith, possibly. But ultimately, I know what I'm doing is working. I know that I am amazing just because I'm me. It doesn't have to, I don't attach it to anything. And I believe that with every human. The moment you believe I can only do this because of something outside of me, or this accolade, or this person's stamp, or this brand of clothing, or when I have this amount of money, that's why you don't have it. You have to believe you're it now. It becomes you. You don't become it. That is the difference. Every time I come on, and it was really beautiful because the other night while I was on, my mom came and was like doing a little video on her phone because I have a whole setup that you don't see. I have lightings, I have everything set up. And she said, I don't think you don't see. I have lightings, I have everything set up. And she said, I don't think people actually know like what goes on before you come on. Whenever I talk, it's like I am on a panel or a show or speaking to an audience of 25,000. Why do you think that would not happen if you show up every day believing that you're it? I don't care what it is. You could be a clothing designer. You could be a speaker. You could be a chef. And every time you cook, you believe you're the best chef in the world. And you are intentional about it. And you continue to do it. And you continue to get better. And you continue to grow. And you continue to talk about it like it's you. Why would it not happen? Why would it not happen? Now, again, this is when you are relentless and you don't give up, but most of y'all will give up really easily. You'll give up the first time someone says, what do they think they're doing? They can't do that. Well, yeah, but I'm never too far away and I will, that's my family and I will be back. That is my family, okay? Ipu, even me living on Ipu, which is a gourd that's used in like Hawaiian and Polynesian dancing, which is it's like not a percussion, but it's an instrument. That meant something. I see there's significance to everything. But when I say, in my TED Talk, I speak about, I know. Well, tell them I'll have to, I even message them on TikTok. I can't. Ashton, oh. All the people you touch in your life all the people you touch in your life from you just being you is a part of the magic too. But truthfully, I just believe I can do everything. And I believe everything will work out. And I've been in some situations. Did you just not hear me tell the story of my phones being stolen and being able to navigate an island that I've been to twice and being able to navigate and translate in a complete different language fluently to the police station what happened and translate for that entire time that I've been there. Even me learning a language, I was telling my niece, I just imagine myself speaking French. I would just imagine like, whoa, one day I'll be fluent. It is difficult, but so what? I don't care about that. It's hard. The best things are, I don't want anything easy. I don't want anything easy. If it's easy, it's not for me. I like things that take time and that may have to be bandaged or rebuilt. It takes time to be great. It takes time. It takes time to acquire what you want. It may seem like it happens overnight. It does. You just don't know what night that is. Acquire what you want. It may seem like it happens overnight. It does. You just don't know what night that is. And even with this app, I took a step to say, okay, let me speak, and I'll do long form YouTube, I'll do short form TikTok. And I started posting. And of course, I was like, this is ridiculous. People are going to see me. They are. So what? Why am I putting more emphasis on what I think people will say than the emphasis on what I am building? F them. They're going to think that anyway. They're losers. They don't know how to dress. And you're amazing. Let's go. You can say that, or you don't have to say that. But there's levels. You just keep going. The moment I hit 1,000 followers, I said, wow, I can go live. I started going live twice a day, and that's how I found most of you. But it takes what it takes. It takes what it takes. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make it. In fact, I've already made it. I've made it for me. So I'm going to make it. It's almost here. I've already made it. I've already made it. You've already made it once you've made up your mind. Now you show up as it day after day after day after day. People don't believe in you. That's a part of it. Relationships fall apart. That's a part of it. Maybe you have a financial flow that changes. That's a part of it. Notice I didn't say you don't got no money, you broke. Sometimes things are just evening out, or they're changing, or you're going from consistently working a job where you're a worker to a entrepreneur or something else. So there's a shift. So what? I'll do what it takes. I have what it takes. I am what it takes. Because once it's done, none of that other stuff matters. And what you become is a part of the magic. When I say I truthfully don't care what anyone says about me, I don't. I know what I think about me. I don't care. I don't put restrictions on myself. I am limitless. I am limitless. I can change. You can change too. But the hardest thing you're going to have to do, which who cares if it's hard, is change your thinking about yourself, not about others, because it's never about others. It's actually how you think about yourself, that you're not pretty enough, that you don't put up enough effort, that you don't have what it takes, that you don't have money, that people have talked about. So what? Let's say all that's true. What are you doing about it? Why does it matter? I had to leave all of that. I had to leave all of that. You're going to have to leave all of that. You're going to have to think of yourself as the best person in the world. And most times you think of yourself as the lowest thing ever, because you think of all your failures, and you think of all the times you've let people down, and you think of all the things that didn't work out. Maybe it's that it didn't work out. It just was leading you to where you needed to be. Maybe that's it. Instead of, you know what, they never helped me. I don't care I don't need your help. If I do need help, the right people, places, things, events, experiences will swoop in and help me. But I'm never seeking it. It seeks me. What you want wants you. What I want wants me. You never know how things change in life, especially from social media. This app has connected me with incredible people all around the world. It's brought me incredible opportunities. But that's just because I decided to show up. I had to decide to do something differently than I had before. I had to decide you will be uncomfortable until it gets comfortable. It's new. Give yourself a chance. I told myself that with the phones. And back to that, my niece, once we got to the airport, downloaded the map, and I said, well, it's really easy because we're going north. So you really don't need. And then I was like, I sound like my dad. Because my dad was a road warrior, and he knows anywhere in California, I could be anywhere. And I could call him and tell him where I was, especially in LA, and he could lead me back home. Anywhere in California, because he's driven the entire state thousands of times. And I thought it was incredible. And as I was speaking to my niece saying, oh, all you do once we get into San Francisco, you just go north. I was like, that's my dad. And I've been sharing how I've been growing in this grief journey since my father died. But when I say, he's not gone. He was speaking through me that time. And even me saying, oh, I'll come with you. Because when I was a flight attendant, and if I couldn't get out of San Francisco or LA into the smaller town that I live in, my dad would say, oh, I'll drive to pick you up. And LA is about 4 hours south, and San Francisco is about 3 hours north. Anywhere I was, oh, you're in San Francisco? I'll be there. I'll pick you up. Not, I don't know how you're going to get home. I've always had that support. But more so, when I say don't lose your head, in this whole time with me, the phone's getting taken away, I've stepped into a new space. I think I'm still hot to try, but I am like going into elder auntie. I'm already auntie, but helping my niece drive. Just like, oh, you just go north. You take this freeway to take this freeway. I had forgot that I know a lot of the freeway systems within a lot of the country, not just California, because we would take road trips. So the major interstates, I know. The 5 or the, like, and I was even surprised, like, whoa, look how much is in your head that you've forgotten about. Hello, Mignon. Look how much is in your head that you've forgotten about. Hello, Mignon. And when we got in the car, she was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, because you had support, but you saw how easy it was. Sometimes you just need that support. Sometimes that's all you need. And as we drove back and I looked at the beautiful pastures in Northern California and the farms and like my state, it was almost a full circle moment. Because there was a time where I was like, I will do anything to leave this state or leave what is familiar. But there's a beauty to familiarity. Because you may just need to help someone else out who is unfamiliar. And as we drove back to her apartment, I had said, okay, now I'll fly away. And I saw there was like one seat to fly back, something. And I was like, okay, listen, I'm on planes, trains, and automobiles. We flew 8 hours here. Then we drove another 2 hours to your house. I'll spend the night and take the early flight back home for me tomorrow morning. And she said, oh, well, my friend is coming over, so you're going to have to stay in the front room. Like, heck, I will. The front room ain't got no furniture. The front room. Thank you, Lovely, for subscribing to my YouTube. Thank you in real time, because I'm seeing all of these people subscribe. And yes, I'll just be doing my lives on my YouTube channel, Hope is Speaking. So subscribe to Hope is Speaking at YouTube. Yeah, no, ain't no furniture. I told you how you can get free furniture. It's cold. I'm not going to be stayed out in the front room, which is cool. You're young. You're establishing yourself. But no, I'm not. I guess I'll just have to take the train, because I am not going to stay here. And I'm sharing this because I have a really good knack for saying no to that. I did not say this is the only option. I'm going to complain because now I have to stay in the front room. I have the choice. I can either stay or I can keep it moving. I'll keep it moving. I'll take the bus to the 3-hour train ride to get to where I'm going. Is it comfortable? It's as comfortable as it's gonna be. But that's just what I have to do to get to where I'm going. I'm not complaining about it. I just get moving. Just get moving. Phone or no phone, just get moving. Support or no support, just get moving. Money or no money, just get moving. People to pay you for what you want to do or who you want to be or what you seek, just get moving. Just get moving. Thank you, Starfire82477. Thank you for following me on YouTube. Is that you, lovely? Thank you, Starfire. And I'm sharing this. Hello, what's up? Just get moving. Thank you, Nia. Just get moving. I don't care what people say. Guess what? I hear what people say. I'm going through it too. To me, I'm the biggest, brightest speaker in the world. I don't care if you believe it or see it or know it or see it in your reality. I don't care. It's in my reality, which means, especially with law of assumption, it will adhere. Thank you. Oh, I will say agile. Thank you. To just get moving, Ronnie. Ronnie, you can't just come up in here and ask what's the topic. Stay and listen. That's what it is. That's the topic. Stay and listen. Just get moving. Just get moving. Was I tired? Yeah. I was already mentally exhausted from being in the police station and filing the report. I had already told my niece, I feel myself really tired when I have to speak another language. And I was really shocked. And it's probably because I haven't had to I haven't been to a French-speaking country in like a year or two. So to be somewhere, your brain is processing it. I'm hearing it. I'm seeing different things. I'm speaking. I'm thinking. I actually feel a part of my brain tired. So I'm exhausted from that. I'm still feeling the loss of not having any of my information, content, emails, any way to get in contact with me. Took the 8-hour flight, took the 2-hour drive to my niece, then took a 2-hour bus to a 3-hour train to get home. Just keep moving. I don't care about all of that. Get moving. Anyone who saw me get off that train, they wouldn't have said, oh, you look tired. They would have been like, of course Hope is going to do that. I'm going to keep moving. While y'all want to go and complain, I'm making it work. Where I was this time last year was a completely different place. I'm even grateful that I'm in a space where I said, you know what, I'm rewarding myself. I'm going to Tahiti. Because this time last year was a really low moment. With the death of my father, with all the changes in my life, I had no idea how much would change and how much I would learn and what's up, handsome, and how much I would grow and what would develop within 365 days. But that's life. My father would say, and he told me this in COVID, I was like, what's going on? He was like, it's not forever. It'll change. That's okay. You don't have to give gifts. I mean, you could give to, I guess I could put my Cash App, Hope, $ Hope Money at Cash App. Oh, don't even do that. I don't even have access to that. Maybe my PayPal. I don't know. The fact that you're here is giving. The fact that you're here is giving. And I share all of this. The phone's getting stolen. Me having to report this. Me feeling like I made a mistake. Me having to keep going from the flight to driving in a car, to jumping on a bus, to jumping on a train. And right when the train stopped at my destination and the door opened directly in front of me, and I mean directly, was my sister waiting. I didn't have to look around, like the door opened and my sister is right there. To me, that shows like you are, listen, you're taken care of. I'm not questioning, is this going to work out? How is she going to know? I guess she communicated with my niece, like Hope is on her way. Someone was there for me. Work out. How is she going to know? I guess she communicated with my niece, like Hope is on her way. Someone was there for me. I just believe things are working out. And as I tell you, I get myself into some predicaments. These are real things. And I got home and I told my mom, like, I'm just so glad I'm here. I'm so happy to see you. And she hugged me like, I'm so happy to see you. She missed me. And I said, let me go get a burrito and like just go to sleep. Like no one, I've taken planes, trains, and automobiles, okay? Yeah, but life is a real life situation. Bring it on. I can solve anything. I don't care what happens. I'm going to solve it in the coolest way. I'm the coolest mofo with the calmest, most relaxed way of life, and it's all working out. Why? Because I say it is. Because I say it is. I can figure everything out. I'm MacGyver. Okay? But what's the other option? To say this always happens to me? Why did this happen to me? This shouldn't be happening. Everything's not right. I don't got no money. I don't care about that. What are you going to do about it? Do something. And then the next, after a beautiful rest, I have to say I had the best sleep. I just felt so free. Because nobody can contact me. I can't contact anybody. I just felt so free. And slowly, day by day, I chose to try to recover emails, which I did because I have so many email addresses, and recovered my TikTok. This is why I wasn't on TikTok. I didn't have my login information or passwords. And you know what saved me? When I got home, before we left, my niece had told my mom and my sister, because people were sending us messages, and my youngest sister was like, I guess you guys were having a great time because we hadn't heard from you. I was like, no, we don't have all 3 phones are gone. We're not avoiding you. We just have no contact until we get back to the Airbnb and she has her computer. But I don't have any contact. I don't know if people have messaged me. They probably have. And they're probably like, well, Hope's just gone MIA. I don't know. But my mom said, well, that's okay because we have your dad's phone. So when I got home, my mom was like, yeah, you can take your dad's phone, which is like an iPhone, I think it's 13 or 14. And my dad always saved me, which is actually the story. I had my main email account logged in on my dad's phone. I also had my YouTube logged in on my dad's phone. And this TikTok account all logged in on my dad's phone. It was my dad who saved me. Isn't that amazing? So from that, I was able to like recover my PayPal account, all of these things from my dad's phone. I had no idea, but I would use his phone because when I would stream on both TikTok and YouTube, and I would say, Dad, let me use your phone because you don't use it for anything other than looking at SportsCenter or ESPN, or the fishing report. Let me use your phone. So all of the important accounts were saved passwords on my dad's phone, which I'm talking on now. So he did it again. Yeah. And it was that sometimes it was, and I kept saying trust me, while I was on the flight though, like the first hour of the flight, I just cried. I was like, this is all working out. But I put a scarf, my blanket over my head. I just cried. Like, I am tired. I'm exhausted. I don't have my phones, and this is all working out. But I did cry for the first hour, and then I went to sleep. Because you need that release. And I told my mom, I said, this has been quite a day, but I've thrived and I've endured through it. And I cried the first hour of the flight, and then I went to sleep, and I never sleep on flights. I've never been able to sleep on flights since I was a child, and definitely as a flight attendant, unless I drink a lot, but I don't drink anymore. And I got home and took a shower and went to sleep, and I just woke up the next day feeling refreshed. I just felt refreshed and thought, okay, let me start recovering other passwords. And slowly, day by day, you take it day by day. I can do all things, but I will not do all things at once. Sometimes the thought is like, I can do it all. I can, just not all at once. It took one day for me to get the phone. Okay, I got the phone. The next day I saw, oh, my main email that's connected to like all of my deposit accounts or bank accounts is on my dad's phone. Okay, great. Oh, my TikTok is on here. Oh, my YouTube is on here. Oh, okay. Now from there, I can reset other things. But I didn't say I'm going to do all this in a day. I would check things off until they were done. I know it will get done. I allow it time to be done. And it's kind of nice because it's very quiet. And I needed that. I needed that quiet. I don't know what is happening with the state of this app. And I'm thankful for it. Because as I said, there's so many Dead Poets Jams, Nia, Going In Hot, Safety Off, Mag, so many energies that I met and opportunities. And that's the beauty of social media, whether it's this app or anything else. Who you view on your social apps are your celebrities to you. That thought of celebrity as we once knew it is done, because people do have skills that they can exhibit, and you're able to have your following and show your art or what you do, and people funnel into it and appreciate it and love it, and it's beautiful. That's what it's about. The fact that I'm just showing up as me doing what I love. Thank you, Dead Poets Jams. Yeah, there are celebrities that I've loved. I do. I mean, there have been, but I've also been in a lot of circles with people who are known, so I don't see celebrity in something that is like godlike. I see it as a person has a job that's visible, but they're a human. They're human. There's nothing different about me or them. And thank you for that. I will, so remember I had shared that I thought something was being held back from me because I had no access, and I have like 4 or 5 email accounts, and I had no access, but I slowly like recovered all of them. And I was like, okay, I have my email accounts. Okay, what is this? And it was an opportunity in one of my email accounts. And I thought, yeah, it all made sense. Like me not even being aware that this had been sent. And I don't know if I don't know what's going to happen with this app. I'm believing that it will be right back. Like, I don't think it's gone forever. It feels slightly like a TV show, because it's not that I'm in denial. I just don't believe that it's like gone forever. But it does feel weird, doesn't it? It feels a little like it's such an interesting time. And this is only really within the US. If you were somewhere else, you're kind of looking from the outside in. So because we have the swearing in, the inauguration, this app going down, all of these things, there was the ceasefire and the return of hostages in Gaza. There's several things that are happening. Let me share this. There's always several things that are happening. And it is okay not to always be focused on everything that's happening. It is overwhelming. It can be disheartening. It can be uncomfortable. There's always things happening. As someone who travels the world, there's so many things that you're unaware about. And that's okay. That is okay. You also have yourself to manage. And I'm sharing this for you to be easy on yourself. Because to have to know about world events or what's going on or who's being harmed, sometimes that's just overwhelming. And take care of yourself, take care of your mind, and take care of truly your thoughts, because life, especially with so much information, can be disheartening and uncomfortable, and it's okay not to always know. Does that make sense? And don't lose your head. That's what's the main message. Don't lose your head. You will be okay. You are enough. And great moments are happening. And truthfully, just from, lucky you, I love this sweatshirt. From the belief of things aren't happening for me, you can just think great things are happening for me. I am learning. I am growing. I am stronger. I am, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Every morning, every day, I just journal. You need to get that stuff out. Get it out and turn it off for a moment. Just assume that things will work out. And I know it seems like whatever it seems like, but assume things will work in your favor. Assume it. Assume you're growing through all your challenges. Assume you've learned the lesson in whatever has been presented. Whether it's a loss of a relationship or a change in a dynamic or a change in an occupation or a change in yourself, you're growing and you're learning and you're changing and you're shedding, and it is okay. It is okay. That's the message. It is okay. You are okay. The world as you know it is not ending. You can be as Pollyanna-ish as me and just make it up as you go along. But it's all working out, because let me see who's in here. I don't know what's going to happen with the app, so I'll share this. I don't know, but I had an opportunity, and Valentine's Day, remember this, I don't know if the app is coming back, I don't know, but Valentine's Day, go pick up a New York Times newspaper, on Valentine's Day. And look in the, I think it's love and relationships section of the New York Times on Valentine's Day. and look for my name. That's it. So I think I'm gonna hop off. I think it goes dark in like 40 minutes. So maybe I'll come on the 10 minutes before, because I actually have to download some of my TikToks. So I'll come on at like, yeah, me too. It's a really big opportunity. I'm very excited about this, because now I can, yeah. I wasn't going to say anything. I usually hold these things close until they are published or they happen. So, with pleasure. You made my day the other day. I understand. I understand what you're going through, and I understand changes in life. And I love to see that wall that you made. Yeah, big smile, red lipstick, lucky you. I mean, life is life, and it's good. It's a good place to be. So yeah, I'll come on, I guess, at 20 past, because apparently it goes dark at 30 past. So we'll do like the last 10 minutes together. But I'm going to go download these TikToks, and I will see you. So we'll do like the last 10 minutes together. But I'm going to go download these TikToks, and I will see you. I love you. Be the reflection of love. We all come from an infinite source of love. Thank you. I am a vibe. I know. I'm the coolest mofo you'll ever meet. You will not forget me. I'm mesmerizing. I'm amazing. Show up like I did, and don't lose your head, because it's getting good. This is like the coolest part of the movie. If you have not already, follow me on YouTube, because I'm not downloading anything else. I'll be doing my lives on YouTube. Hope is Speaking YouTube, where all of my lives are posted, and I would do lives there anyway. So you will catch me on there. And a lot of my TikToks are on there on my shorts, but I'll put them all up now. So thank you for enjoying it. I will see you in like 30 minutes. I'm going to come back on, and we'll count it down till it goes dark. Okay? Bye.